What's going on, good people? It's your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor, and I'm in the trenches on the road right now getting ready to run some errands. And I wanted to just record this quick video talking about knowing your worth as a real estate professional. So I was on a couple masterminds this morning, and one of the individuals on the call, and shoot me an email if you want to get on the next mastermind call. It's absolutely free. But one of the individuals was talking about how the name of the game in this business is going to be listings from a compensation standpoint. And I resonated a lot with what the gentleman said, and I want to kind of crystallize it and kind of put my own little take or spin on it. But he talked about how in this new normal, in this post-NAR world that we're in, listings is going to be incredibly key. And one of the benefits with the listing side of things is that you get to control the game from top to bottom, meaning that as a listing agent, or if you are a buyer's agent, you know, our compensation is subject to whatever the seller and or listing agent will offer to give us. And if they say they're not going to compensate us, well, that means we either are going to work for free, severely discounted, or we're going to go to our buyers and ask them to come up with the difference to pay our compensation, which, depending on the buyer, especially if it's a VA client, that could be like trying to get, blood from a turnip, right? But on the listing side, you can tell that individual that you are selling that property for, what your fee is going to be. And in the majority of cases, sellers know they're going to have to pay a professional to sell their house unless they're going to go the for sale by owner route. Most individuals don't want the hassle of doing that. But here's how I strategize and how I structure at least 4% for all of my listings, and you're more than welcome to rip off and duplicate. So one of the things that I do in regards to, as a listing agent, how I justify my 4% minimum fee is, and again, it's always negotiable, so don't come at me in the comments if your state says something different, but here's how I justify my 4%. I explain to my seller that they're not getting a guy that's just going to take a bunch of pictures on his smartphone and throw it on the MLS. They're going to get a concierge experience. That's the word that I use, that I want everybody here to rip off and duplicate. Ensure your clients that they are going to receive a concierge experience working with you as their listing agent. And what does that entail? So I work things from the rooter to the tutor. Here in the South, we use that type of terminology, the rooter to the tutor. And I explain to them that in addition to myself as their listing agent, they are going to have the support of a literal all-star team that's going to be working on their behalf to get their home sold for top dollar. That team is going to include a couple of individuals that I like to call my all-stars. Firstly, of course, a transaction coordinator who is going to facilitate all things related to the paperwork and processes, right? My photographer, of course, or the in-house photographer that I have, they are going to ensure that we take the most beautiful pictures of that property, not just inside and outside, drone shots, specialty shots, community shots, all of those things, in addition to a personally curated home tour video done more than likely through your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor. And my degree is in communications, so I'm able to leverage my skill set and the ability to articulate a value proposition to the end buyer or end client, whatever the case is, using, of course, YouTube, social media, and other ads. In addition to that, they're not going to have to worry about anything in regards to the sales process. I've already got a moving company on staff that's going to assist. I've already got a handyman on staff that's going to assist if there's any minor repairs that they want to take care of. Every single aspect of the sales process is going to be taken care of by me. All of that is going to come to them as a benefit for a paltry sum of 4% minimum, right? So when I have those types of conversations with my seller clients, and I explain all that I'm doing for them for only 4%, they get it. They totally understand it, because you know why? Because they come from an abundance mindset. They know they're walking away with 96% of all profits for that sale of their home, and I'm only getting my 4%. Now, I usually, for the benefit of a buyer's agent, I will suggest to them that they may want to consider offering a compensation of some sort. And for the buyer's agent, I'm an advocate for buyer's agents, I'm a buyer's agent, right? So I want buyer's agents to, of course, make what they're worth. And it's just one of those things that I don't put that pressure on myself any longer to ensure that that the buyer does receive some level of compensation. It's just that out of the gate, and again, it depends on the motivation. If the seller tells me they're extremely motivated, well, then I may push a lot more to have them offer a compensation of 2 or 3%, whatever they're comfortable with. And I run those numbers with them, because a lot of times, if you run those numbers with your seller, they will get it, they'll understand, and they will know that their property is going to be in the best position possible by offering some level of compensation. But for me, especially if I'm pushing listings, my sole focus is earning my 3 to 4%. Like I said, 4% is usually the standard, but if they say that they don't need certain aspects, again, I give them the opportunity to dictate how much of my involvement they want in that process. And in those cases, in some cases, I may drop my fee a percentage point, no more than a percentage point in most instances. But again, start to think about everything and all things that you're going to provide to that client. Are you going to offer staging? And again, this could be a conversation that you have with a staging company, or you may have a home decor background to where you can offer that, and you're the one that's actually putting your skill set to the benefit of your seller client, and now you're justifying your 4%, 5% in some instances. Whatever areas that you have a skill set in, or someone that has a skill set in, leverage those individuals for your benefit, which will ultimately be for your seller's benefit. And that's how you justify your 4% or whatever fee you choose to charge. Don't sell yourself short, because ultimately they're not paying us for the time that it takes for us to do the thing that we do. They're paying us for our expertise. And once I had that mindset shift, it's never a question about my compensation. All right, until the next video, this is your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor, and your real estate coach signing off. And before you leave, make sure you check out one of these videos here below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.